بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. معاكم محمد عماد. هو حلقة جديدة من برنامج حاجة مفيدة. إن شاء الله تكون حلقة مفيدة ليكم. إحنا النهاردة الجزء التاني من حلقة دكتور لليت جوبتا وإحنا ما جاتش الفرصة يعني إن إحنا نعرفه كويس في الحلقة الأولى. هو مبدئيا كده معاه دكتوراه في السايبر سيكيورتي وفي المجال بقاله أكتر من 30 سنة في قطاعات كتير زي الحكومة والبنوك والأدوية والسيارات والطيران والطاقة والاتصالات والتصنيع. اشتغل في شركات كبيرة وكتيرة، وهو مؤلف كتابين: كتاب عن سجلات الأمن السيبراني وكتاب عن التحول التكنولوجي الآمن. وبرضه هو محضر ماجستير في إدارة الأعمال MBA، ومعاه دكتوراه فخرية من الجامعة المركزية بالولايات المتحدة، وليه أكتر من تكريم. وطبعا معاه شهادات تانية ليها علاقة بالسايبر سيكوريتي زي ال CISSP، Lead Editor، GRCP، MBCI وغيرها. From the beginning and when I started in this field and I heard about the intense skills and competence in this field, what do you think in your point of view of that competence and how Indians lead in this field, especially in Middle East and all over the world? And what's the difference between Indians and the other nationalities?
Imad, okay, that's a but let me try to answer it. I have worked in Middle East for close to 10-12 years, and I have worked in India for 10-12 years, and across the globe. Actually, I worked with most of the cultures in this world. The difference I find, I'm being Indian, I'll talk about Indians more, right? The difference I find in Indians and anybody else, I'm not comparing with your country only, anybody else. The difference I find is analytical mind. My kids, they studied in Dubai and they study here now. Even they feel that difference. The kids in their class in Dubai, they were Indians. All kids in their class they were in Indian school. But the environment I'm talking about, it's not about nationality, it's about an environment. Now you take birth in India, you grow up in India, you'll be like Indians. I go and take birth in Egypt, grow up in Egypt, I'll be like Egyptians. I'm talking about that environmental difference. It's not about nationality. So in India, we are such a large population and scarcity of things. You need to learn, fight for your rights from the day one. You need to learn how do you make your place in certain places. That gives you power to analyze everything and anything. And I think that is the difference. We have more capacity to take risks. So I may be wrong, but that's my understanding of working with different people and different cultures.
But we are coming. So we have also talented people.
Sorry?
We are coming as Egyptian. I'm talking about as Egyptian.
No. I'm not saying that you are not coming. That is a difference I felt in my journey over the last 20-24 years.
Okay, so we are talking about motivation now. I think, we are having another question about your opinion. Most exciting the trend industry right now, especially after automation and me and myself. I see a lot of young people need to be a hacker. Like we said, scripting uses as a tool, and
Script
I need to
kiddies.
script kids, and I need to tell them you will not find a job like this, and it's not a professional way to start your career. So tell me about your opinion about these trends and how you are dealing with yes, people need to work with the most trends job from the beginning.
See, again, I'll go back to what I was talking earlier. It depends upon your passion. It depends upon your liking. You know, the world is changing. The field is changing. Even cybersecurity is changing so much. If I say today, let us not be a script kiddie and start learning about the business and the network and then get into the field, even that may not be the right advice I would give to youngsters. Because I've seen a lot of people, they grew from script kiddies to one of the best hackers today. You would have heard of the name of this guy called Kevin Mitnick. He is known to be the biggest script kiddie of his times. But later on, he grew like anything to be an expert hacker, to be an expert social engineer. But he started as a script kiddie. So, what keeps you motivated and what are the trends in industry right now? There could be two different things. So if I look at the trends today in the industry is going towards ZTA, zero trust architecture. So the traditional parameter based security model which we have now is no longer sufficient. Password, you create any length, any complexity, there are systems which can break it. So we need something different because the current threat landscape is so complex. You cannot have that much of technology in place to manage it all. So ZTA or zero trust architecture, what it does is it takes a proactive approach by assuming that threats exist both inside and outside the network. And how do we deal with that? Then another thing which is coming into picture is artificial intelligence, machine learning. These technologies are empowering organizations to analyze vast amount of data and detect patterns indicative of potential threats. So if you keep seeing some hacker group's name in some chat boxes or chat groups, it means something is building up. AI, ML kind of tools, they are able to identify those things very fast today. From anomaly detection to automated incident response, AI and ML are enhancing threat detection capabilities while reducing reliance on manual intervention. So you don't need the army of the people. The tool I was talking about, which took only 24 minutes to analyze that data, it was an AI ML tool. So it could look at that data, analyze it, detect a pattern, and give us a result. Cloud security is another new trend which is on the rise, and it has risen actually. As businesses transition to cloud, ensuring robust cloud security is paramount. Now, till date, let's say some 5, 7, 10 years back, where the data was being stored in my own infra, in my own data center, which I can lock, right? Which I can block, which I can not give internet access and cut it off from the world. Today, my data is in cloud, and I don't know where is that cloud. Typical example, Bahrain government has mandated all the government departments to be on AWS cloud. Bahrain has a data localization law. AWS promised government that we will keep your data local within geography of Bahrain. And government agreed for them to do their business in Bahrain and mandated every government department to use AWS. One of my friend who was the head of security for one of the large government department, he came to me for some advice, and I told him, boss, please go and read the agreement what AWS is giving you. Fine, government is supporting and everything is there, but read the document before signing it. And he actually read that 64-page document, and on 57th or 53rd page, he found a clause which says, because we are a US company, if tomorrow US government asks us to give access to your data, we will give it to them, and you agree to that. Because nobody reads 64 pages, they just sign the last line. But they had that clause in place. So cloud security is very good new trend, important trend, but you need to take care of your data security also. 0 days. Vulnerability management, we do quarterly, we scan, we do penetration testing on my critical systems. But what about 0-day vulnerability management? Which my vulnerability scanners don't know that this could be a vulnerability. Corona was a perfect example. There was no disease like Corona before 2020. Nobody knew how does it look like, what it does, and all those things, right? But it came. So initially, everybody was running around what to do. Lockdown happened. Everybody started isolating themselves because initially we didn't understand how does it spread, right? But once we understood, we started putting patches. So 0-day vulnerability management is very important topic which I have seen people talking about now, but it is a very important trend we need to take care of. Automation, orchestration are transforming your security operations. Finally, I want to touch upon quantum safe cryptography. Now, quantum computing is coming, which will analyze your data like in nanoseconds. You and I need to work upon safeguarding the data from these quantum speeds, because even the hackers will be able to hack into our data with this quantum computing. A sword can be used for both the ways, to kill somebody and to safeguard somebody, right? So with the advent of quantum computing, traditional cryptographic algorithms are at risk. Cryptographic algorithms, strong point is you need a lot of computing power to break them. But once quantum computing is in place, it will become very easy to break those cryptographic keys. So we will explore how quantum safe cryptography aims to develop encryption techniques that can withstand the attacks from quantum computers, ensuring the long-term security of sensitive data. So these were some of the trends which I see coming up and I am excited about in this industry as on today. Tomorrow something else will come, I don't know. But today these are the things.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's go to our next question about tell us about one book or podcast or article we should read it or listen to it, and why. I have this book for a long
What color is your parachute?
Yes. So this book is very important to me to find a job and understood how to start careers from a long time ago. And then I work with one company for 10 years. So
very good.
Somehow it's different. Okay.
I would say go and watch Imad's podcasts. You will learn a lot. Apart from that, in today's fast-paced world, where you have information and choices of things is so much, finding meaningful and impactful resources will be a daunting task. However, there are certain books, podcasts, and articles that stand out as essential reads or listens, offering invaluable insights and perspectives that resonate across diverse audiences. Now, I will name some of them, right? I would suggest that to our audience, don't go only for these. Find others of these types and follow them. So I'm taking some examples. Let's start with books. One timeless recommendation is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. This ancient Chinese military treatise isn't just about warfare. It is a profound exploration of strategy, leadership, and conflict resolution, with lessons applicable to various aspects of life and business, and very much applicable to cybersecurity industry. So how do you safeguard, and how do you attack at the right time? How do you resolve the conflicts between two parties? All that is beautifully explained in this book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Another one is Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book dwells into the science of habit formation, similar to like what you showed me, providing practical strategies for building good habits, breaking the bad ones, and achieving lasting personal and professional growth. So, Atomic Habits is another book our audience can refer to. Now, if I talk about podcast, give me a second. I don't know who is calling me. The Tim Ferriss Show is a treasure trove of wisdom. Tim Ferriss Show, hosted by author and entrepreneur Tim Ferriss. This podcast features in-depth interviews with world-class performers from various fields, offering valuable insights, strategies, and life lessons for successes. As I said, Imad is important, but this one is also very important. For those seeking inspiration from entrepreneurial journeys, go for How I Built This with Guy Raz. This is a must-listen podcast. This podcast explores the stories behind some of the world's most successful companies and entrepreneurs, offering insights, lessons learned, and inspiration for aspiring business leaders. So that was another. Now, let us talk about some articles. The Power of Vulnerability by Brain Brown is a powerful TED Talk. I'm personally a fan of TED Talks. It explores the importance of embracing vulnerability in a human connection. Brain's insights into the transformative power of vulnerability as a strength resonate deeply with audiences worldwide. So, how do you turn your weakness into your strength? Is what he's talking about in this TED Talk. So, in the end, these recommendations cover a wide range of topics and formats, offering something valuable for everyone, whether it is gaining insights into strategy, leadership, learning from experiences, or exploring thought-provoking ideas. These resources have the potential to inspire, educate, and enrich our lives. So, some of them I named, few of them I named. Go for the likes, and you will never go wrong.
Perfect. It's very, very useful information, and we will type it all. Me, myself, I will do it. Now we have our trend question at each episode. So, could you share us step by step or guide us how to, for the beginners, how they learning about cybersecurity step by step, including the courses and how they going to start? Forget about the first study or the starting point. Now we're talking about someone who didn't know anything about security, need to enter this career and make a successful career.
Good. So the first step for anybody to get into this field, be him or her a newcomer or someone looking to make a career transition, first thing is understand the basics. Let's start with the fundamentals. Absolute fundamentals. For security, fundamentals are confidentiality, integrity, availability, and privacy. 4 terminology. Then you understand about people, process, and technology. So start from these basics. Start learning about what is network security, what is a firewall, what is malware, what is cryptography, what is an incident, what is governance, risk and compliance. All of this understanding of basics will give you a strong foundation and necessary knowledge to step into this field, right? So that will be the first step. Then once you understand the basics, it will make you understand the different verticals, different paths available in cybersecurity field. So you need to explore different specializations. Cybersecurity field offers a wide range of career paths, each with its unique set of challenges and opportunities. Take the time to explore different specializations such as penetration testing, threat intelligence, digital forensics, security engineering, governance, risk and compliance, cryptography. This exploration will help you identify your passion and strength within the field. Then once you understand the basics, you identified the specialization, then you invest in your education and training. Go enroll with some companies or some mentors or some institutions and learn about that particular specialization step by step. I can name few, but don't go by these names. There is a certification called Security Plus by CompTIA, which I see for a beginner, it gives you all those fundamentals knowledge. If somebody wants to get into vulnerability assessment, penetration testing side, CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker, is the basic certification. Then for guys who are transitioning in their mid-career, they should go for CISSP, CISM, CISA, those kind of certifications. So invest in your education and training. These certifications will give you 80% of theoretical base and 20% of hands-on. Now, to excel in this field, you need to reverse this trend now. So once you have achieved this education and training and certifications, go and get hands-on experience. Go in the field, make your hands dirty, fold your sleeves, get into the ground, gain practical experience, which is invaluable. Look for internship opportunities, look for volunteer work, look for some research work, look for helping somebody in some project, go for capture the flag competitions, hackathons, gain some real world experience and skills. So once you've done that, you have the certifications, you have the practical hands-on experience, stay curious. Always be curious and keep learning. I'm in my 50s, I'm learning even today. So always be curious, keep learning. It will keep you abreast of the industry. Industry is changing daily. Threat landscape is changing on daily basis. So if you don't learn, after 6 months, you're out of this field. So you need to keep learning. Very important, develop soft skills. If you know technical things, you are a technical expert, but if you can't express that to somebody, it's of no use. So go and learn communication skills, invest in soft skills. How do you stand? How do you talk? How do you carry yourself? That includes your clothes, that includes your body language, that includes your confident posture, all of those things. After you do all this, start building relationships, start networking with industry. Go onto LinkedIn, go onto your local chapters of different organizations, different forums, be active there. On LinkedIn, start answering questions people are asking. Be seen online. If you are seen online continuously, people will remember you and your value increases in that sense. Most important, stay ethical and responsible. Don't do any unethical thing being a cybersecurity professional, because integrity is one of the 3 principles we have. So with this, I think any youngster can get into this field and be a successful cybersecurity professional.
Yes, sure, sure. It's very, very important advice. And I just mention you that we have educational center here in Egypt. I don't know if it everywhere,
Very good.
but lately I noticed that they are like commercial courses. Someone tell me that they are given CCNA in 1 week, so it's a very heavy material
No, no,
to
no.
do it in 1 week. I was studying
Those
my CCNA.
those techniques are not good. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no.
What
Those
youths
are,
do
see,
in this, they only say, okay, I will take this course because it's very short and saving time.
Imad, you don't learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I did CCNA, one exam, Cisco, 3 months training and then exam, way back 30 years back. Today I see people doing that in 1 week, 10 days time. Doesn't make sense to me. So youngsters should not fall for those traps. Give due time and respect for every study you are doing. Very important.
Do you have a recommendation of software for the beginners or tools make them start in cybersecurity?
See, tools, softwares, for me, they should be the next part. First, you need to understand your people, then you need to understand your processes, and then comes technology. Now, depending upon the need and the requirement of the particular project somebody is working on, there are numerous tools, numerous freely available commercial tools, all of them. I'll name few, but don't stick to these tools. These are those names which are very prominent in industry. Wireshark, Network Protocol Analyzer, Nmap, Network Mapper. You can map your network. Metasploit framework, very good for penetration testing. Bob Suite, very common name for web application security testing. Snort, open source IDS. Kali Linux, Linux distribution designed for digital forensics and penetration testing. OpenVAS, Open Vulnerability Assessment System. Pineapple, the Wi-Fi Pineapple. Wireless penetration testing tool. Multigo, very common, very important data visualization tool. Gidra, reverse engineering tool. How did this happen? So I just named few random tools. Don't stick to them. These are the most popular ones. There are a lot more tools available.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. And about a small project, can you tell us a small project for beginners as you do it? I remember we were working together when I told you that I share I create Honeybot and share it to LinkedIn with a static IP for one computer and start receiving attacks or something like this. I consider that
Correct.
is a project for me. What can you share us
You know,
example?
Imad, these projects somebody can do as a beginner, but I will not recommend, because unless until you understand the basics of technology and security, one may go wrong. Now, when you start attracting those attacks could go in the wild, right? So I'll suggest a, you know, very basic, very unharmful project for anybody to begin cybersecurity. Create a basic security training module that will give you insights into security, that will make you understand how do you gather the requirement from the audience. So you need to identify your target audience. Now for this podcast, you identified, okay, youngsters are my main target focus audience. So you developed or you defined the podcast accordingly. Now in the morning, I was talking to university graduates, uh, about their career development. So I created my speech accordingly. So first of all, you need to identify your audience and then define the learning objectives for them. So what would they want to learn? What would they want to take out of this podcast or this training or this thing? Do your research. Go left, right, center, and these days, no left, right, center, only chat GPT. But validate the information, please. Research, do the research. Develop the training material using AI tools. Develop a beautiful PowerPoint presentation. If you are also doing some hands-on in that training, design a user-friendly interface. Because if as a user, I don't like the colors or the weight maneuvers, I will leave it then and there. Before giving it to users, pilot test it yourself. Then pilot test it with a colleague of yours, a friend of yours, a family member of yours. Family member is best because they would not be from the industry. If they are able to maneuver, anybody else will be able to do that, right? Launch and promote the module. Then keep on monitoring, keep on evaluating, and keep on continuously improving. So this could be a good start for a newbie to do a project in cybersecurity, which is unharmful, which is giving you the whole insight into the whole paradigm of cybersecurity project. And it gives you a hands-on opportunity to make a tangible impact while building essential skills and knowledge in cybersecurity awareness and education.
One last question about your recommendation for self-learning cybersecurity fundamentals. If you have websites or applications, we can go to that self-learning instead of course, free courses in YouTube. It's being older.
Okay, there are a lot of avenues available today to embark on a journey in cybersecurity. Sometimes, it feels like getting into a very vast and complex landscape filled with endless opportunities, possibilities, and challenges. So whether you are just starting or looking to expand your knowledge, there is abundance of resource available to help you master the fundamentals of cybersecurity. Again, I'm talking about fundamentals of cybersecurity only. Okay, let us look at some of the online courses first. There are many platforms like CyberArray, Coursera, Udemy, which offers a plethora of courses covering everything from network security to penetration testing to ethical hacking to blah, 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 everything they have. CyberArray, till the last time I checked, was free of cost. Udemy charges a nominal amount for their courses, so they could be a good resource for any beginner because they provide structured learning path, practical exercises, and expert guidance to help you build a strong foundation in cybersecurity. So that was about the online courses. Then there are various books which are available and which can be a valuable resource for self-learning. There is a book called Cybersecurity for Beginners by Reef Muvizi and Hacking the Art of Exploitation by John Erickson. And then there is a book by Dr. Lalit Gupta also, right? So people should go and look for these books and read those. They could be the excellent starting point for understanding cybersecurity concepts and exploring hacking techniques. These two books specifically I'm talking about. Online platforms and communities like CyberArray, Reddit provides opportunity to connect with peers, share knowledge, seek advice from experienced professionals. These communities offer forums, discussions, resources where you can learn from others' experiences and collaborate on cybersecurity projects. Podcasts like yours, people should go through those to learn about different aspects of this field. Then if somebody is interested in hands-on learning, there is a platform called CTF, Capture the Flag. For example, Hack the Box, Try Hack Me. They offer virtual labs and challenges where you can practice hacking techniques, solve puzzles, and improve your skills in a safe and controlled environment. So you don't have to expose your network to these trials of hacks. You can use these environments. Then, as you said, there are a lot of YouTube channels, video tutorials, which provide visual demonstration and walkthrough of the cybersecurity concepts and techniques. There are some specialized channels like Cyber Mentor, Hackersploit, which offer practical tutorials and tips for beginners interested in ethical hacking and penetration testing. Podcasts. We were talking about podcasts, your podcast like Security Now, Darknet Desires. They offer engaging and informative content on cybersecurity news, vulnerabilities, and real life incidents. So all of these resources, they offer a diverse range of learning opportunities for beginners in cybersecurity. Whether you prefer online books, hard copy books, hands-on labs, podcasts, there is something for everyone to explore and expand their knowledge in this dynamic field of cybersecurity.
Okay, perfect. And thank you, sir, for your time. And I'm very, very happy that I having you like 1 hour or more than 1 hour. It's my dream to me to have you as a guest like this. Thank you for being here.
Imad, always available for youngsters. If anybody wants to connect with me or with Imad, LinkedIn is the best way, and Imad would have his own ways, other ways also. For me, LinkedIn is the best way. Connect with me. You can look for Cyber Doctor. There is only one Cyber Doctor. So that's me. Thank you very much, Imad, and good luck, audience. Do good for the field. Thank you.